Can I start already? Okay.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of our podcast featuring
Aditya M.
Rajan Singh.
Manan Chada. And what's the first topic of the episode?
So the topic of this episode will mainly be focused around food, and we're going to be discussing food and all kinds of stereotypes, etc., and kind of just busting food myths as well, probably. But that's what we have for today.
That's like one for part 1, for segment 1, we're gonna be doing essentially, we're all gonna pick a food cuisine. It could be like a restaurant, fast food, anything, and we'll talk about how it resonates with us and how it's significant to each of us.
Okay.
And then we can just cut out like this part.
Yeah, cut out this part. Okay, Rajan.
Okay, so one of the cuisines I was thinking of that came to my mind is bawarchi. Why are you laughing, bro?
Cut.
We have to cut.
Right,
Cut. No,
it doesn't matter if you cut it or not. We just put it in. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but cut this one. Okay, do it.
Okay. So one of the cuisines that I've been thinking about a lot.
Let's say Indian cuisine. Don't even say bawarchi, bro.
Okay.
Because bawarchi is just a restaurant, bro.
Okay. So my favorite cuisine, the cuisine that I resonate with the most, is Indian cuisine, especially from the north. So being Punjabi, we have different cuisines from the north, and they have a different style from the south too. So like I know from the south we got like dosas and stuff like that, but like up from the north we have like our own unique
Which one
style
do you like
of food. More? I say north, bro. I don't know. I don't like dosas. Like I have dosas and like sambali and stuff. I don't really mess with that stuff.
Sambar?
Sambar, yeah.
What's your favorite?
Between the both?
Yeah.
So you know how from India I'm like in the middle part. So low-key we have like a mix of both north and south cuisines, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not low-key, not gonna lie. I'm gonna go with the north cuisine only because it has more chicken varieties as well, such as butter chicken, chicken biryani.
The biryani, I think the biryani from the south is good. I think.
Really? South? It's from north. Hyderabad's north, right? Yeah, bro.
Is it?
North. North is where biryani came from.
Okay, I guess I'm getting a geography lesson today,
I think
bro.
so. We'll look at that. We'll look at that for sure, though.
Speaking of which, bro, my favorite biryani spot in the world, right here in Sandy, bawarchi, bro.
Good to know.
What else do you like from bawarchi?
Bro, I low-key been thinking about it. Remember at the beginning of the year our food runs to bawarchi?
Yeah.
I low-key just like how we all get together and like enjoy a meal, we just like enjoy our time together. I think that's like the beauty of cuisines
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
food.
Nice.
So like we get together, we try different foods, it's just a way for us to like collaborate, I guess, and like, get together and have some fun.
Yeah, I think it helps the bond as well. Yeah, because we would just sit down, right, for like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
like,
right.
just,
We
like,
share
talk
food and
about
have
anything,
share some stories, talk and stuff like that.
And it was great because it was like always after Friday, so we'd be, like,
after a long stressful
finishing
week.
up the week,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I have a question, bruh.
Yeah.
So, you know how like Indonesian or like more like Thai like food is like similar to Indian food, bruh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you think that carried over? You think that carried over from India, or you think they already had their own food established, or did that carry over?
There's probably some culture.
Kind of like you know how like Buddhism also carried over,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
you think also like
I think they shared the cuisines for sure too. I see a lot of. I see some similarities like curry, like in Thai food, curry is pretty popular too.
Japanese curry as well.
Yeah. What do you think about Mongolian food, bro?
That's more the north. I think that's a little off topic right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cut.
We start. Okay.
It was funny.
Wait, ask the question again. What was your question about?
You think Indian food kind of has like an art of its own to make food, like its own cuisines?
Yeah, I do think so. So like viewing it from the Western culture lens, we make food with our we eat and make food with our bare hands over there, right? So like when we're looking from like someone from over here, they might think that stuff's like nasty or like disgusting because it's unsanitary. But like for us when we go there, it's just like the way we do things. Like eating with our hands. Like in most households you go to, they don't have spoons and forks. It's just grab with the hand and eat it. And I think that's what makes our cuisine unique, because there's something they say about like enjoyability increasing when you're like
just like
touching
touching the food. Yeah. No, I was like that's also a good aspect to look at it. But I was more asking like how cuisine's made, like such as how do you make like a butter chicken? It's really an art to it. because you know how like French have like that art of their own. The bakery
Yeah, I
or
feel
something
like we have our art of our own, really.
Mhm.
Cause like you know like all like, and I feel like that art has a lot to do like when you go to an Indian restaurant, for example, they serve it in like these like cultural dishes. You know what I mean? I feel like that has a lot.
like the bronze, like the bronze thing.
I'm not talking about the dish itself. I'm talking about like
The display.
I'm talking about our own art. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm talking about how we like show it. You know, like our bowls and our spoons always have like, for example, spoons always have like a like
Some kind of design.
kind of like a beautiful design at the end. You know, where it's like they like elongate it kind of, or what's it called? They like you know like make the spoon larger at the end so they can put a design. And then like for example like when you serve a dish, like the bowl. It could be like a bronze bowl, for example. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the bronze bowls where they have like the designs that like cover it. Yeah, I feel like it has a lot to do. Like we have art of our own. I think it's really like unique. It's a really unique aspect of it.
I think whenever I think of Indian food, I really just think of like orange or kind of like yellow, like curries.
Yeah.
Right. Like green is there, but not as much, or like not much of it.
Orange is the
blue.
most iconic.
Yeah, most iconic.
Orange is the most.
If I were to look at Indian food, I think like red, orange, and like yellow would like kind of define like our like what do you call it? Cuisine overall.
I feel like it's something because it's like related with spices, maybe. You know, like
spices for sure.
And I think our like authenticity too of like so like when we go to India we eat food. There's like the lentils and all the other sabjiyan. That's like the Indian word for vegetable. That stuff all comes fresh from the farms because it's all farmland over there in India, right? So whenever like we make stuff at home, I feel like when I eat like sabji there, it's a lot more different than when I eat sabji here. It's more like I have a more fresh taste to it, just because like the way the vegetables.
India,
right? Yeah, in India. Just because like how the vegetables are like freshly produced. They don't have any of that extra stuff that we find here in America when we make in our sabjis.
I also feel like India has like a larger kind of what do you call variety of just like vegetarian food, since there's like a lot more vegetarians, right?
Yeah.
So kind of Indians also have like a lot of vegetarian food, but when you come to the Americas, like whenever you go to restaurants like Indian restaurants, they don't really offer that many vegetarian options if you look, or like the vegetarian options aren't that pleasing as they would.
Yeah, because over there it's more like traditional to do it, right? So that's why they put more effort into making vegetarian dishes there. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like this is a lot more creativity when I go back to India about. Just making some Indian food.
Because I feel like if you ask the average American here what they think of when they say Indian food, it's gonna be what? Butter chicken, obviously.
Butter chicken and garlic bread.
Yeah, garlic bread.
Garlic bread. Not even naan, garlic bread.
Yeah, like the staple dishes, you know? Yeah, exactly.
Even though technically butter chicken was made by a white person, I think, in Britain, I mean.
Really?
Is it true? Let me actually search this up.
Yeah,
I think
you guys keep on talking.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Let me. You guys search it. You guys.
Because I remember debating with my friend one time about what dishes are better from the north and the south. You know, guys remember Yash, right? We were debating with him. I was debating with him about what foods are better, and then he told me, he's like, butter chicken made by some white guy from Britain.
That's actually incorrect.
Is it?
Yeah, it's actually made by Kundan Lal.
But was it made in what country was it? I think it was made in Britain. Look up.
No, he was an Indian chef and restaurateur from like New Delhi.
New Delhi.
Where'd you live, Chetta?
New Delhi.
N-Town, New Delhi. Am I right?
Type shit.
Yeah. So Rajan, I really agree with your points on like with kind of India's having like a much more fresher balance of just vegetarian food as well, like a lot more farmland. Not as much pesticides, I feel like. But
yeah, because
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to bring something else up too. So thinking about how like Indian food is like portrayed in America, like how I said butter chicken is what people think of when we say Indian food. I also wanted to talk about like different, like you know how like different fast food chain restaurants, like for example Panda Express and Chipotle, they're marketed as Mexican food and Chinese food, even though like authentically speaking, if you ask someone from there, they'd say that stuff's nothing like the traditional food that they're used to. And kind of how like Americanized their dishes almost to.
Yeah.
What foods do you think are like specifically like Americanized? Like specific foods from these, like orange chicken.
Yeah, like noodles and orange chicken. Like
noodles. I don't think noodles. Noodles is too wide of a category.
I've had like noodles from like traditional Chinese restaurants, and they taste like, I don't know how to say it, like less flavorful, but like in a good way. I don't know how to say it.
This is like the same incorporation of soy sauce and like everything else, or is it like a different?
No, it just feels more fresh. Like every time I go to Panda Express, the noodles, like I'm not saying they're not good, but it's like if I go to a traditional Chinese restaurant, like in West Jordan, for example, I've been there one time. Like the noodles there were like way more like fresh, and people who are like actually familiar with the dish, like Chinese people, they would.
Yeah, and so what Rajan was talking about, how like when he went to an authentic Chinese restaurant, it kind of like tasted different, and I have experience with that too. And I feel like Panda Express, for example, when it's talking about Chinese food, right? They make their noodles taste so much more different compared to like if you went to like 10 different Chinese restaurants that were all authentic, the noodles will all taste the same. But then when you go to Panda Express, it just tastes completely, different.
Yeah.
So.
And this kind of image has been folded under people's head that this is Chinese food, like Panda Express is Chinese food, when in reality it's not. When it's not Chinese food.
I kind of disagree with that. Like,
mean,
I know Panda Express is like kind of like Chinese food incorporated in it, but I know it's like Americanized as well. I know it's not genuine Chinese food, right? So I kind of not disrespect. I just disagree with that point of view. I think people do know. They just go to they just go to Panda Express only because it's like a cheaper option probably.
Yeah,
and
it's
also
probably a lot of benefits.
and then just more efficient overall. Yeah. That's why. And then probably they also Americanized it only because it fits our needs. Yeah. Right? Since it's a fast food industry.
Yeah, that's the difference between like fast food and a real like restaurant chain, right? Because authentic Chinese food, you actually sit down and they take their time to make the dish. They like put kind of more love into it than Panda Express would.
Yeah.
Because it's fast food, right? They want people to like come in and out of the restaurant.
Well, off topic. Okay. I have a question. Do you guys think that
I'm reading.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Just continue.
Start.
3, 2, 1, start. Okay. Do you guys think that like ruining the authenticity of these type of foods is like can be a good thing in a way?
I mean,
as well. I mean, I know it has some bad things for like traditional people.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of hurts the culture, because then people might assume different things about the food that just aren't true.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like I can't go too into detail about it because I don't know like a specific like example, but like for example like the orange chicken that we're talking about, you know what I mean? Like people might think that's genuinely like that like originates from like China, for example, when like there's a whole different story behind it.
And this actually reminds me, so like when I used to when I was little and I didn't want to eat my Indian food that my mom would make at home, my mom would always tell me, she's like, look, all these other people enjoy eating Indian food too, right? But I would kind of get mad at when she said that, because like their perception of Indian food is just butter chicken and garlic bread, right? But for us,
especially who, like your American friends or like your other Indian friends?
No, she used to talk about like people in general. She's like, most people love eating like Indian food.
And what type of food did you used to eat, which you didn't?
So like I'm talking about I would get mad at her because she's like, it was Indian food, right? But that Indian food is like butter chicken and like naan. But the type of Indian food that we eat at home is way different, right? So they don't see that I guess they don't see that type of food, and then they get a different perception and stuff like that. So.
Cut. 3, 2, 1, start. Yeah, Rajan, I agree with all your points, and I
appreciate
all your points. That's amazing. 3, 2, 1. Rajan, yeah, I agree with many of your points on the traditional versus non-traditional food.
Yeah.
And I feel like that translates like really well into our third segment of the podcast, which is what are some stories that you have about, your favorite fast food orders or
what are some what do you call?
Yeah, you can explain it.
Share some anecdotes about your favorite dishes.
Ooh, you guys gotta tell me out here, bro. You guys gotta think of something too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right, sure. You go. How about you?
Yeah. I can start this off with some simple stories. So during our junior year, there's a Chipotle that's near us. There are many restaurants that we have near our school, and so
amazing time.
Me and Rajan, we actually kind of became really good friends over food.
That's the beauty of food too.
Yeah, guys. It kind of connects people. Food really does connect people.
I agree.
So me and Rajan, me and Ditya have been friends for a long time, but this is the first year that me and Ditya actually met Rajan. Yeah. And so we would go to places we found we had a similar liking for places like Chipotle or
Canes,
chicken spots.
Oh yeah.
Or even desserts like crumble cookies, for example, which we actually had today.
Oh, and
we don't need to show that.
Keep it down. We got this right here, man.
All this eaten by Manan Charam.
All this eaten by Rajan Beer Singh. Rajan Beer Singh.
Okay, let me for real say something.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
And just like that's going back to like the beauty of connecting, the connecting of people through food. Like this, like we ate cookies today, and this is like some stories that we'll be telling each other like in 6 months, 1 year down the line. Like remember, we got together and did this.
Yeah, and we got really close over our conversation that we would have while eating food or anything.
Oh yeah.
And like what he was saying, like we're gonna reflect on this. Like we still reflect on like what we were doing back in like February or March, for example. Like our old like Chipotle runs and like, you know, we just think of it like as a nostalgic moment in our friendship.
For sure.
And it's like really like deeply rooted within like our bond, I guess.
Yeah. Me and Aditya actually had a buffet run one time.
Oh yeah, very nostalgic run. Very nostalgic run.
Man, we took some time out of our day to go eat some great buffet food. You know?
Chinese buffet, by the way.
Yeah, it was like middle of AP season. We were like all stressed, and so we were like, let's go get some food, and you know.
Yeah.
Just talk and enjoy ourselves, and that's what we did. Like we had a bunch of different like foods, and really just like enjoyed. We like talked to each other, and like we enjoyed our food and everything, tried new things, and yeah, I think this is like the beauty of food.
I think going back way like further back, like when I was a child, I think one food that I really loved was like back in India. It's like something that's called veg puri.
Vegetarian?
Yeah, it was all vegetarian, and I loved that.
Why? Veggie? Wait, let's talk about it.
I used to hold that so bad. 3, 2, 1, go.
So stop. Wait, hold up. Stop
eating. Okay. No, I'm not gonna cut next time. I'm not cutting next time you're eating. No, don't post that shit, bruh.
Yeah, you stop eating, man.
No, you stop eating, bruh. I'm gonna keep on eating.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
Wait, continuing again.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, going back way further back, I think a food that I really loved and connected with was veg puri. I know my grandpa, who passed away like in 2020, he actually used to bring it a lot whenever we used to like go back to India, right? Not even that. Something that was more memorable than that was you guys know what this? It's like that donut-shaped fried thing, you know? It's like a South Indian food.
I've seen it. Like I've eaten it. It's really good.
Now that's like the most memorable thing because I remember whenever you come back from India, I mean from the U.S. back to India, when we used to go back on our ride towards our town or towards our city, since it's like an 8-hour ride from the airport to our city, right? We used to stop somewhere to eat breakfast, right? Since our flight used to land like around 3 a.m. and something, and then we used to return back by like 12 p.m. So around 10 or like 10 or 9 a.m. we used to actually stop at that one restaurant and like just eat that one donut shaped like fried thing. It just had a really memorable place in my heart, only because like the food was really great, by the way, and it's like my favorite foods of all time. But I just remember just sitting down with my grandpa, him like buying it for me and my whole family just coming back from India. It was just really memorable for me.
Actually, talking about your like grandpa reminded me when my grandma used to live in Utah with me, and I used to go visit her on the weekends and stuff like that. She'd make this one dish that I still remember to this day. I remember I visited her 2 years ago and I asked her to make it because it's so memorable for me. It's called orange chal. Like chal means rice, and it's like this sweet, it's a sweet rice dish that I always used to love. Me and Rohan used to eat it as kids all the time, and yeah, it's like I guess this story of food that's been carried on for like a decade almost now, and it's crazy how like food can have such like a good memory in your heart, you know, with like people too.
Yeah, food is really one of the most important parts of any culture, in my opinion. It's kind of what sets us, you know.
Yeah.
It kind of what sets each culture apart, like in a way.
Yeah.
But it can also like unite us. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, for example, like me and you, we love eating Mexican food, and like wait, no, I'm yapping. My fault. Come here.
Yeah, no, that's good. Okay, continuing on.
No, yeah, you can just cut it at the part where it says like unite. I used to say like after the part where it says
okay, there's no reason to go too much in that.
Yeah.
Don't cut it. Just continue this part.
Yeah, and let me think of another anecdote because you guys just told your stories, so now I gotta like think of one.
You don't have to. You can just...
I have another anecdote. Wait, can we do it? Yeah, I have another story to share actually about us three bonding over food. So actually after prom night, we came to wait, can we talk? Oh yeah, during a prom day. During a prom day, we were at Rajan's house, and so Rajan actually opened his fridge, and we stumbled upon this ice cream called Haagen-Dazs.
Oh yeah.
So Aditya was actually astonished by this. So him and Rajan bonded. Him and Rajan bonded a lot over Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, don't forget.
And then I was pretty late.
Manan wasn't pretty late. Actually, it was all at the same time, based on the same time.
Yeah.
I was really astonished. Me and Manan were both had
In
sparkles.
fact, they've gone on Haagen-Dazs runs together.
Oh yeah, now
Roger going on as well, bro. Roger.
So yeah, us three would go on Haagen-Dazs runs to like the grocery store. Like whenever we would just like crave Haagen-Dazs like at night.
Exactly.
Like when it's like night and we're just craving it, us three would just go together to the store and buy some Haagen-Dazs. The 3-pack.
Roger gonna travel at least like 10 miles to come over and just meet us.
Yeah, cut this part.
Anything.
Cut this part. When me, Rajan, and Aditya would crave some Haagen-Dazs, us three would literally just go, like, cause our summer break, so we would just go at night to the grocery store and get like 3 Haagen-Dazs ice creams and share it. It would be amazing. We love Haagen-Dazs now too. Aditya, how many Haagen-Dazs did you eat the first time that we saw them at Rajan's house?
Wait, can I guess? Can I guess?
Yeah.
Can you give me like a range? I can guess it.
Really? I have one too.
How about
I
after?
need more than one because I was full from the chicken nuggets.
Oh, we can talk about the chicken.
Oh yeah, the chicken nuggets.
Welcome back to our last segment, guys. And in this segment, we're gonna be doing fast food debates.
Our first debate will be what is the best chicken spot?
Richard, you wanna start us off with the best chicken spot?
I really like Wingstop.
Wingstop. How about
Alright.
How about can we keep it to like chicken sandwich spots? Like,
But they make chicken sandwiches at Wingstop though.
They do.
oh, what they do?
Yeah, they do. Wingstop. Alright, so I go with my pick and then yeah. My pick is Cane's. I think Cane's is the
And then
best.
Rajan, what's yours?
As of right now, I think I might say Jack in the Box.
Alright.
Yeah. That's what I
Alright.
say.
Okay, 3,
What's so funny?
2, 1. Let's just start arguing your point on why you think Wingstop's the best one.
The flavors are really good. It's not overpriced as much as Cane's. And then Jack in the Box is
have you seen Wingstop prices?
No, yeah, Wingstop.
Wingstop prices
Yeah.
are ridiculous.
It's not even that. They just put oil. It's just too
It's
much
over
oil.
$1 per wing.
Okay, I give up. Okay, continue, Chetta.
Or what?
Wait, you can't.
No, actually, no. Actually.
I don't know what
Okay.
I'm supposed to argue.
Okay.
Okay, think of a point. We'll let you think. Go.
Okay, my point is that they actually have more flavors than Jack in the Box and Cane's. I mean, Cane's sauce is pretty good, but compared to the ranch and Wingstop,
Have you?
right?
I have a
Okay.
question. Wait. One more point. I want to make one point about Wingstop. When you guys go to get Wingstop, how long